G'day folks, I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. My name's Simon. This channel is all about moto camping, moto vlogging, moto exploring, pretty much everything to do with motorcycles that you can possibly think about. And today I'm in Glenrowan in Victoria and I'm just about to leave, and I've got Phil following me, and we're just popping into the town so I can try and grab a bottle of drink, and then we're heading out of town to go and have a look at a nice lookout that looks over the valley that we're in. And then I'm going to continue on my journey, and he's got to come back home. So it's just a little bit of exploring around here, and then I'm going to continue heading westward from here, go over and see my cousin. So we're out with Phil. He's leading the way because I don't know where I am. I don't need to know where I am either, but that's alright. I just follow the leader. Just showing him how far out his speedo is. Out amongst these fields out here in the farmland, there's some nice little straight roads like this, and then they've got these beautiful sweeping bends as they run around some farmer's field or something. Absolutely lovely. And there's not much in the way of traffic out here either, so it's really quite nice. Moyhu. Don't know if that's how you say it or not. M-O-Y-H-U. Oh, look at the trees changing colour over there. Lovely. Love this time of year, like as the leaves start to change and everything. It's very nice. All the colours you get. And I know everybody talks about that, riding their motorcycles around on moto vlogs and so on, but we talk about it because it is so beautiful. Like, I mean, look at the colours of the leaves here on these trees. And up there. It really is kind of a special time of year. So apparently they're collecting money for the Good Friday appeal. So they look like they're from the Rural Fire Service. I don't actually have any change on me at all. So, oh, look at the leaves there. So pretty. Vineyards. So down in here, like there's probably 100 caravans just between the road and the creek or river just over there. There's just like so many of them, all packed in tightly. Hey honey, let's take the kids and go camping. We'll get away from everyone. And then park ourselves closer to everyone than we would have been if we stayed at home. Ha! Strange world we live in, isn't it? Ooh, brown cows. I saw some spotty cows before. So we got this car in front of us that just won't go any faster. Oh, this is a good bit of road. Here we go. So Phil was telling me that this lookout we're going up to used to be used by the Bushrangers in the area because they could see all the way along the King Valley here, and that meant that they could see when the police were out on the hunt for them, and they could obviously also see where and when the stagecoaches were moving and that sort of thing, which makes it quite interesting. Welcome to Whitfield. They just jam themselves all in there. Huh. We're just actually talking about how bad the caravans are, like all parked in so close to each other. It's really quite bizarre, to be honest. That people want to go out and get away and then they park so close to each other. And Phil was just saying he's never seen it quite as bad as what it is at the moment, you know. However, that's COVID. You know, like we can't go overseas at the moment because the Australian border is shut. We have to get government permission and have a valid excuse to leave the country. And a lot of people aren't even going over the state borders because the state borders can close on a whim here, you know, in the middle of the night, and then you're trapped in whatever state you're in, unless you want to go and then self-isolate for 14 days in wherever you're going. But for me, well, that was the one reason I didn't end up going to Tasmania on this trip. I would have liked to have gone down there. But for me also, I kind of figure that I'm on a motorbike, which basically means that if the state border's closed, I'm pretty sure I could find a road somewhere that will get me across the border that the police won't be on or the checkpoints won't be on. The wombats up here. I mean, I'm not socialising with people, I'm not being close to people, I'm maintaining my social distancing because, hey, I don't want this freaking COVID stuff. And if I'm camping out somewhere, I'm camping out in a place like this where there's nothing there. There's no one around me. You know, I could just take off up any dirt track here and set up a campsite quite happily. So Phil was saying this bit of road's really quite nice and twisty. But he said, as I go down the other side, once he turns around to head back, he said it's a lot more twisty. There you go. That's nice. Oh, there everybody's going to the lookout. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I suppose maybe I should get used to standing up more often, shouldn't I? I mean, you know, they say that that's what you should do. I mean, I don't actually know the road or anything, so it's not in bad nick. I mean, there's no reason why I can't sit down either. Something different for a little bit though. Well, here we go. This guy's good. Thank you. It's nice when four-wheel drivers do that because it is quite intimidating when you're on a loose gravel surface and there's a big four-wheel drive with a bull bar coming towards you. G'day guys, so we're currently up at Powers Lookout, which overlooks the Kings Valley down below. And Harry Power was a notorious bushranger, like Ned Kelly. In fact, he was one of Ned Kelly's mentors. In the 1870s, however, Harry Power used to use this location to survey the valley below and watch out for police. On the 5th of June 1870, Harry Power was actually captured while he slept in his camp, which was very close to this location. He felt safe because the Quinn's homestead nearby had several dogs and a noisy peacock to warn him when strangers were in the area. Obviously that didn't work out too well for him, did it? Harry Power actually ended up becoming a tour guide on the HM Success, the sailing vessel that had once been his home as a prison hulk. He actually spent 30 years of his 72 years alive in prison, and by all accounts was quite an interesting man, but he was notorious in the area and actually carried out, I think it was over 30 robberies. But they called him the gentleman bushranger. Apparently he often took nothing from people if he thought they could not afford it. He never killed anyone, and it was reported that he was always courteous to the women he held up, but he frequently took his victim's horse. This gave him a fresh mount and more time to get away before his victim could notify the nearest local constable. Sounds like an interesting man. This little hut here is actually built up on top of the range here, and it just looks like it'd be a great place to camp because it's got this beautiful fireplace here, which is really quite nice. It'd actually be a great place to set up your camp right here in this little hut. It's all open around it, but still quite pretty. Give you a lot of shelter from the wind. Anyway guys, time for me to get back on the road. Well, it's time to head on down from Powers Lookout. Phil's headed off back to home. He's got someone coming to look at a motorbike that he's got for sale. I'm sure he'll have sold it by the time this video comes out, but Once again, thank you very much, Phil. Lovely to meet you, mate. And yeah, it was good coming up here, mate. Nice little diversion. So anyway, heading back down the other side of the mountains towards Mansfield now, and then heading over towards Castlemaine. Just looking down into the valley down there, and it's hundreds and hundreds of metres down. Unlike this road has no barricades on it or anything. So I'm just trying to pay more attention to what I'm doing on the road, while I can still try and have a look where I can, but it's got some nice bends on it though, nice twisties. Howdy mate, how you doing? No, I only was just sitting here. I just wanted to get off the road for a bit. You have a fun day, eh? That was really good. He stopped to ask if there was any more bikes down here before they came down, which is very polite. So yeah, really good. That way then they know that they're not likely to run into a bike coming around a corner with any luck. Anyway, so I just ducked off down that little side dirt track there, well, one for a call of nature because that happens, but two, I actually wanted to send a video message to someone very special in America, so they've got it for when they wake up in the morning. So I recorded that and sent it off. So I feel in a really happy place right now, a really good place. It's nice. It's nice to feel like that. You know, it's like having a spring in your step. In fact, actually, you can probably hear it in my voice this morning. Really good. Anyway, I'll tell you more about that some other time. I do tend to keep most of my private life private. I mean, obviously when I start to get more traction on YouTube and my channel gets bigger and I start traveling the world and so on, it may not be quite so easy to keep everything of my private life private, but at the moment I can, so I do. Hey guys, I just saw a sign for Stringy Bark Creek. Now, this is a 11-kilometre trip off the side, but such is life, right? That's the way it goes. So anyway, I'm going to shoot up here because while I've been following the trail of the Bushrangers, Stringy Bark Creek plays a key part in the whole Ned Kelly story.